The world's economic landscape is changing. For decades, the United States has been the dominant economic power. However, a new bloc of nations is emerging. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, collectively known as BRICS. These countries represent a significant portion of the global population and have experienced remarkable economic growth in recent years. Their combined economic output is now rivaling that of the developed world. China, in particular, has become an economic powerhouse, driving global growth with its manufacturing and technological advancements. India, with its vast and young population, is also experiencing rapid development. Brazil and Russia, rich in natural resources, are key players in global commodity markets. South Africa, while smaller in economic size, plays a pivotal role as a gateway to the African continent. The rise of these nations has shifted the balance of economic power. No longer can the world rely solely on the United States and other Western economies for growth and stability. The BRICS nations are demanding a greater voice in global financial institutions and are seeking to reshape the rules of the game. This desire for change is at the heart of their push for a multipolar financial system. For decades, the US dollar has reigned supreme as the global reserve currency. This dominance has given the United States significant economic and political leverage. However, the BRICS nations are increasingly challenging this dominance. They argue that the current system, heavily reliant on the dollar, is inherently unstable and unfair. The BRICS nations believe that a multipolar financial system with multiple reserve currencies would be more resilient and equitable. They point to the risks associated with having a single dominant currency, such as the potential for manipulation and the vulnerability of other economies to fluctuations in the US economy. This push for a multipolar world is not just about economics, it's also about geopolitics. The BRICS nations see a multipolar financial system as a way to reduce their dependence on the United States and to assert their own influence on the world stage. One of the key proposals to achieve a multipolar financial system is the creation of a BRICS currency basket. This basket would likely comprise the currencies of the 5 member nations, weighted according to their economic size and trade volumes. The idea behind a currency basket is to create a more stable and diversified reserve asset. By holding a basket of currencies, central banks could reduce their exposure to fluctuations in any single currency. This could potentially lead to greater stability in global financial markets, particularly during times of economic uncertainty. Moreover, a BRICS currency basket could provide an alternative reserve currency for developing countries, reducing their reliance on the US dollar. However, there are also significant challenges associated with creating and implementing a BRICS currency basket. Determining the weighting of each currency would be complex and politically sensitive. Furthermore, ensuring the stability and liquidity of the basket would require significant coordination and cooperation among the member nations. In addition to exploring a currency basket, BRICS nations are increasingly engaging in bilateral trade using their own currencies. This move away from using the US dollar in international transactions is another step towards reducing their dependence on the existing financial system. For example, China and Russia have significantly increased the use of their own currencies in bilateral trade. Similarly, India and Brazil are exploring ways to settle more of their trade in rupees and reais. By using their own currencies, these countries can reduce transaction costs, avoid currency exchange risks, and promote the internationalization of their own currencies. This trend of using local currencies in bilateral trade is likely to continue. As BRICS nations seek to reduce their reliance on the US dollar, they will continue to explore alternative mechanisms for settling international transactions.